Hello guys, today we're going to talk about Crybaby. This is a great movie. This movie was released in 1990. This would have been like 29, almost 30 years ago. Jeez. God, how time flies. It's rated PG-13. A pretty PG-13-ish movie. It could have been R if it wanted to, so keep an eye out for that. It's about an hour 25 long, and it was released on DVD in 2005. It has a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb with about 49,000-ish user votes. It doesn't have a Metacritic vote. Stars Johnny Depp, who was of course in Pirates of the Caribbean and a cajillion other things, and Ricky Lake, who was in Hairspray, the musical from the late 80s. It was directed by John Waters, who did Pink Flamingos. Now, I gotta talk about John Waters. Now, lately, he's been more known as an actor, but he was known as a director. He hasn't directed a lot of movies, but he was known as an exploitation film director, and he directed this movie called Pink Flamingos. I haven't seen the movie. I watched the riff of it by the Cinema Snob from long time ago, an episode he did quite a while ago, and it's an outrageous movie. I'm like, this has to be a shitty reviewed movie. I mean, you watch it and it's just like so outrageous and so like disgusting that you're just like, yeah, the critics didn't buy this. And looking on Rotten Tomatoes, it has like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, granted, it's not certified fresh. Not a lot of critics took time to review it, but it's fucking crazy because this movie's like insanely in your face. Ugh. But yeah, that became kind of a cult classic, and that kind of propelled him. And he made a couple other films like that, and then he did Hairspray, the one that Ricky Lake was in too, I believe. And that movie was huge. It did huge. And then this movie was kind of his follow-up. Now, a lot of people claim that he sold out when he started did these movies, and the thing is that these are the newer of his movies. The last movie he directed was like late 90s, early 2000s. So he's been done directing for a long time. So it's kind of... But here's the thing. Based on what I saw on the riff in this movie, I can tell it's a John Waters film. But let's continue. I'll get more about that in a little bit. The movie has 72% on Rotten Tomatoes, about 54 critics. It's not certified fresh, but it does have a critics consensus, and it's 77% by audience. It's about 9,700-ish audience people. The critics consensus is Johnny Waters' musical ode to the teen rebel genre is infectious and gleefully camp. Providing star Johnny Depp with the perfect vehicle in which to lampoon his pin-up image. Yeah. The movie's available to rent and buy on Amazon, Vudu, YouTube, Google Play, and iTunes. Or is that? I think it's Google Play. And it's only available to buy on PlayStation Store. But yeah, this movie was... But I can tell because of the tone. The tone of Pink Flamingos and this is incredibly similar. The only difference is Pink Flamingos was like there was like, I think, just moments of sheer disgustingness. This movie isn't nearly like that. It's definitely toned down, but not necessarily like, just not in like the dialogue or the tone, but more in the stuff the characters do. I love this movie, though. The songs are good. I like the songs. It's funny as fuck. It really is. The tone is campy, and I love campy stuff. Hence the title of the channel, The Campy Company. The acting's great. Everyone's having a ball, especially Johnny Depp. The cinematography is fantastic in this movie. Great use of angles and camera work. The screenplay's great. I love the story. I think it's a great story, and it makes me want to see more of this world and its characters. And it really is, let's see, acting, direct. Direction's great, of course. Acting, direction, cinematography, story, writing. The sets are great. I love the sets. I especially love because they're very 50s. It's not just like, oh, it's based in the 50s. No, it's like 50s 50s. It's like if the 50s came out of your TV, like went up, shake your hand enthusiastically, did a little tap dance, and then skedaddled outside and started recruiting a biker gang. That's how 50s this movie is. But it's very like, but the characters can be like there's two groups of characters. One that's like high society. The other group's like very crude. And when I mean by crude, I mean like super crude. But the type of crude that you love, the type of crude that you want to hang out with and want to do cool shit with, that's the type of crude, the likable crude that we all need and love. And that's kind of the gist of the film. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it. And it's pretty widely available. I got this at FYE, this copy. But I think I might have seen it at Walmart and Myers. I might have, don't take my word for it. But I definitely seen it at FYE and Barnes & Noble. And of course, online on Amazon, I've seen it too. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it. It's an awesome movie. There's not much I can say about it. There's not really any criticisms, really. The only criticism is I wish there was more of it. I would have loved to see more of this world and the characters that inhabit it. I love... The dialogue's funny. I mean, it's over the top. It's campy. I'm surprised they got away with a PG-13 rating. I really did. And if this is him at PG-13 and Pink Flamingos, that movie was rated NC-17. When was the last time anyone watched an NC-17 movie? You know how hardcore you have to be to get a fucking NC-17 rating? Now, granted, that movie was released in the early 70s, and back then people didn't give a shit about the ratings being rated NC-17 or whatnot, but still, I mean, fuck, the fucking, the billiard movie with Paul Newman, I forgot what it's called. That movie was rated NC-17, and I saw that movie, and that movie didn't need to be NC-17. It was definitely adult, but they could have gone away with an R. I don't know why it was NC-17, but yeah, that Pink Flamingos movie is just fucking crazy. I don't think I would ever watch it, in all honesty, because it's just, I don't know. Maybe one day I might do a riff on it through the Movie Man's Guide to Movies, but even if I decided to, it would be so hard to find. Not like this. Like I said, this movie's very easy to find, but I'm getting off track. But yeah, this movie's awesome. If you love this movie by John Waters, I suggest check out Hairspray, but that's really the only other movie he did that's PG-13-ish. All the other stuff I think he did was very exploitive, so you may have to experiment to do a little research. But yeah, this is a well-balanced movie of his. I didn't feel like he sacrificed any of the tone and awesomeness of his style of work, but I think he kind of honed it in and made it more balanced out, so it didn't feel like it was just straight exploitation either. But that's my opinion. A lot of people said he sold it. I don't think he sold it. I just think he did something different. And I think it's a great movie. Check it out. And Johnny Depp's awesome in it too. He's great. I love him in this. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.